Today we're going to be discussing the Type 5 Heavy. Now this tank, everybody seems to want buffed, but it really shouldn't be. I see a lot of people say that this tank needs an armor buff. It really doesn't. If this tank got an armor buff, it would just be impenetrable. And all the people that ask for the armor buff would then cry that they can't pen it. Instead, what we're going to be doing in this video is taking it through 3 different loadouts, and I will show you why you are wrong about the Type 5 Heavy, and that this is actually a good vehicle. To start out, we're going to be looking at the statistics for the past 30 days on the EU server, and as you'll see, battles played, where is it? It is all the way down here with only 59,000 games played in the past 30 days. This is a stark contrast from what the IS-7 is with 600,000 games played, or an E100 with 450,000 games played. So it is among the least played tanks at tier 10 for a heavy tank. And yes, it does have the stigma attached that it is just an XP pinata, but as I said, in this video, we'll hopefully change that. Overall, people are playing it with a negative 1.6% win rate difference, which means that the 50% players are playing at 49%. If we go by DPG, it is 1,800, which is basically the bottom, along with the mouse. And again, people don't really know how to play the mouse as well. But overall, from the statistics, as you will see, it's really low and really bad. So you would think that the tank is just absolutely awful. Now there are 2 guns to choose from with the Type 5 Heavy. There is the derp gun, and then there is the gun that you should use, which is the 14cm with 600 alpha and actually good pen. Now it's not as good pen as say like a AMX M454, which has 296, but 290 AP is still pretty decent. The reason why you should never use the derp gun is that when you do meet someone that needs higher pen, you just don't have it. So you're stuck with 252 as your maximum penetration, and that is the AP round right here. Not to mention that the accuracy and the aim time are also just outright worse than what you get on the decent gun. So we ignore the derp gun completely. For equipment on this vehicle, there is one choice of equipment: HP turbo rammer. Nothing else. Literally nothing. For the crew skills, I'm just going to run through this very briefly. You can have a quick note down of what I have. This is the commander. We then have the gunner, the driver, the radio operator, and then the loader. Okay, so you now join me on Erlenberg, and I did play a game before this, and it was a 0 to 15 game. Very good. No matter which tank I'm in, I'm losing that, and I'm not getting anything out of it. So, yeah. With the Type 5, people, they don't realize that you have so much hit points that you can just afford to trade with people. And you have a 600 alpha damage gun, which means that the chances of you actually winning the trade is pretty high as well. Now, I'm not saying that the Type 5 is the most OP tank in World of Tanks. It's definitely not. But it is played wrong by a lot of people. And I feel that you can actually get quite good games out of the Type 5 if you just, well, play it a little bit more passively, I guess. You don't need to be always in the front line. You don't need to always be trading your hit points. You don't really ever want to try and bounce shots either. Like, it sounds very weird, but assume that you don't have armor, and you will get some lucky bounces here and there. But if you assume you don't have armor, you then get rewarded when you do get some lucky bounces, but also you're then trying to play for that trade, not for trying to bounce a shot on trade, if that makes sense. So well, in this game it's a little bit tricky, because nobody's actually pushed yet. And again, we don't really need to be pushing anywhere yet. What we can do is just try and peek around the corner a little bit, see if we get spotted. We don't. Oh, 1 second. Lovely. He is now dealt with, and the other one is there as well. I don't know if I have a shot on him though. 277 is there. Again, we don't need to peek, and we would out-trade this guy as well. For those of you wondering, yes, I have made the UI smaller. I'm testing it for this week. So the week beginning, what, the 30th? 31st? What day will it be? Wait. Let me find out. Yes, the 31st. So yeah, I'm testing it out. I'm seeing if I want it. Well, then I'll look at the comments, read all the comments, and then find out whether or not people care, whether they do care. I know for mobile it will be a little bit more annoying. However, on desktop, I feel like it's a much nicer, cleaner experience. So, I don't know. We're testing it out. And I'll see after a week whether or not I go back to just the bigger UI size. But for me personally, I do much prefer this sort of UI scale, where I can see more what's going on and it's not all kind of in your face like a mobile game sort of thing. But at the moment, we don't need to do anything. We just need to wait. So I'll see you in a little bit once we maybe can get something out of this game. Actually, we can push. I was going to say that, but then I just looked at what we actually have. Everybody is spotted. I don't know why I'm still sitting here. The Tiger 2 is there, which is fine, whatever. Like, sure. But, I can actually just play against him, no? Yeah, I should be able to just play against this guy. So I can trade like 1 for 1. I mean, he puts 1 into us. There you go. 1 more into him. Yeah, we need to hurry up and get some damage done in this game. Right, okay. That guy should win against that, probably. We can now go ahead and put 1 into you. I'm going to switch to AP, the premium version, just because I don't want to be risking chances of bouncing, especially when playing against heavy tanks. And again, we're just waiting. Unlucky. He says, goes to AP to try and minimize bounces and then gets a random bounce like that. And none of this guy's moving though. We can probably just go in. We have so much hit points at this point that it won't matter. Like even if we go in, we take 2. And now, hello sir. I mean, we're somewhat out the way of that guy. The Minotaur is coming in as well. We can gun block as well. Unlucky, mate. And we're so much taller than him that, yep, we just, let's see if we can gun block again. Yeah, he hates us. He really, really hates us. We can actually just go and shoot straight through here as well. There you go. Yep. There you go. Bullying a 277. Just like that. And again, we were way too passive in this game. We should have been more aggressive. And we're missing out on damage because of that. But now that we, you know, have got a little bit of damage and we're progressing forwards, we can see if we can get some more out of this game. Obviously our gun is still damaged, which is not ideal. Caliban is firing HE, which he will never pen me. So I'm not really fussed about him. You don't just want to, you know, die to me or something like that? No? Okay, unlucky. But yeah, 4.2. Just rolling through them. I understand it's a tier 8 game. Okay, I understand. But at the same time, we were fighting, what, the 50 TP and the 277, which is tier 10 and tier 9. So, you know, it kind of showed that it's not just tier 8s that we were bullying there. Besides the Tiger 2 and the Caliban. But even then, the Tiger 2 kind of put 1 into us. So, yeah, let's repair that. Obviously, we were back into the normal AP now, and we'll try and just see if we can get a little bit more damage done. If we can get 1 or 2 more shots in, excellent. 1 more in will be probably the best that we're going to get, but you never know. There's the EBR. We can just ignore the EBR. He's not really too much of a problem for us. I don't think that we're going to get 1 more in. No. Unfortunate. The Lorraine, I'm not too sure where he is. I'm guessing he's still over this way. I mean, if we were really min-maxing, we should have just waited for the Jagdpanther, or Jagdpanther, to get spotted, and we could have shot him instead of the RT. But I can't resist shooting an artillery, okay? I can't resist it. So yes, 4,600 damage, apply. And from that, we would have lost... well, I mean, it wouldn't have been that bad, because we're obviously paying for consumables on full price on this account, so... Depending on how many consumables you have in stock and, you know, if you have the food bought, then obviously this will be drastically different. Okay, we are now using the Peasant loadout, and it's going to take us a while to get there, so we might as well have a little look at the matchup. The Peasant loadout, for those of you that don't know, we're not using food, and we're not using premium ammo at all. So this should be interesting. The worst possible way of playing the Type 5 Heavy. The matchup wise, we have 50B, 22100s, 452K, Panzer 7, Type 71. All of these are okay. The Type 71 can be a little bit of a problem to deal with, and the E100 is going to be a very big problem to deal with if they are fully hull down. because we just don't stand a chance of penning them. But let's see, the 430U is here as well. Okay. Ideally, I would like to go up high just to get a little bit of an angle. As much as it probably won't help me at all with my armor, it might help a little bit. So you never know. The 200s are down the bottom, which is good. Don't have to worry about fighting them too much. The E4 is also down the bottom. Yeah, the E4 is actually all the way at the bottom, so... There you go, 452k. Maybe we can... Nope, 277 cannot kill him, unfortunately. We will reload in a second, though, and then maybe we can put one into this 430U. Okay, he misses. There is a chance at shooting that guy, but it's quite slim. One into the E100. Again, we don't need to worry too much. This guy being here and not dying, like in for, you know, these two not shooting him is very annoying. I can actually put one into the E100s over here though. Just need to be careful about people peeking from the right hand side though, at the same time. Unfortunate. We really need this 430U to die. He is the very, very big threat to us at the moment. There we go, one into the 100. Very good. And we're just taking our time. Now, if we look to behind us, we're actually losing that area. So, I think that we're going to maybe put one more in and then run away. Yep, time to run. Oh no, they actually dealt with it. Oh, surprising! Usually this side is just completely lost and we just lose. Okay, then in that case, it's probably time... Oh, they are now pushing. Famous last words, Max. Famous last... That's unlucky. I love E100 turrets now. They're so great. Hi, DBV. Yeah, I'm never bouncing you. I do, however, have 90 HE pen for you. Which he misses. Oh, man. Oh, man. Okay. He went low into the tracks. It was a bad shot, though. Will be reloaded before this guy... How? Does it not pen? Or not do enough damage, sorry? EBR misses. God, we're just playing so bad at the moment. I mean, that should have done more than 118 to that guy. Like, he doesn't have armor. Now back to dealing with this. Yeah. I mean, can't we just go around the back of them? Like, there's no one around the back. So can't we just do that? Like, everybody's trying to shoot from this side. Why don't we just go around? Imagine getting flanked by a Type 5 heavy. It's actually quite impressive. Then the E100 should die, and then we fight against the Panzer 7. The only problem is that we really don't have the DPM of the Type 5 against this guy, do we? We also run the issue of... Wow. Okay, game. You know what? This game doesn't want me to do damage, apparently. That is insane. How have they not killed the E100? That's actually insane. Well, at least it penned for the next one. I don't know, man. Like, I just guess my team wasn't as good as the enemy. And we've also got screwed over by RNG. We should have got, like, 2 more shots in, really. Whatever. Well, yes, I mean, pathetic damage, and we done 12 shots, of which 6 penned. Nobody should ever use this loadout. Literally nobody should ever be using this. Like, if you're just a normal, regular player, and you can't afford to use food for whatever reason, you should still be taking, like, something like that with the ammo loadout. So, yeah, going without gold, we would have got more damage if we had used gold. And that's not pay to win at the end of the day, because it's literally just for credits. which everybody can get. Before we go into the last game, we are going to be quickly discussing field mods and choosing them. We go for the right-hand side, then the left, then the right again, and then the left-hand side. Right-hand side, because we have more than enough terrain resistances to maintain our speed across all terrain types, so we get more track health. We then have better accuracy, better view range. We then go +2 canals to top forward speed, and then the internal module durability is very, very important. And of course, the last game, we are going to be using the tryhard loadout, where we have nothing but the premium ammo, we have full bond equipment, we have a directive, we also have all the field mods now, so as good as a Type 5 Heavy can possibly be. However, we do have a slight issue in regards to... that's a lot of tank destroyers. I'm currently on EU3. It really doesn't matter at this stage which server you pick, because the matchmaker is just horrible currently. Even on EU1, the reduced TDs and light tanks then just makes it so there's more arty in the games, it seems. I don't know. I think the matchmaker is a complete mess currently. And with the... I mean, I just want to play here as well, man. With the new buffs to the tank destroyers as well, I don't think this is going to help out the matchmaker at all in the long run. So, yeah. One into you. We can maybe try and angle a little bit. I mean, it doesn't really matter with the Type 5. You can't really angle to try and block stuff like you could in a mouse, for example, or something like that. But it's always worth seeing if it helps. Sometimes it might. Okay. The mid is not going to be a go-to zone, is it? So we're going to maybe try and deal with this 50B over here. And even the FV that's around the corner. We don't need to bother with the mid. There's too many tank destroyers in this game. So let's see if we can maybe go and spot the 50B over this side. Which I don't think that we really will. Oh, we do. We actually do manage to spot him. Okay. That's all okay then. Then the FV dies because... Yep. I don't know. Can maybe see if we can get a shot on this guy as he runs away. I actually hit a house. I didn't realise that the house was there. Unfortunately, this is now blocking that, so it's a little bit of a problem. Everyone else has actually been spotted now, so that means that we should be able to just go and kill this 50B for free. We'll see if he's trying to run away at the same time. So just keep an eye on the exits. There we go. One into the 50B. 268 should finish him off, and then we have to go back to the mid because that is where everybody else is currently. Okay. Yeah, apparently it needs an STRV and a 268 to go and kill a 50B. I don't know either. Ooh, hello. What are you doing? Are you trying to push? Hello, E50M. And back off again. One into the M5Y. Not a great trade in return. Actually, no, it was a great trade. The E50M bounced. I didn't realise. But yeah. You see what I mean about the trades? Like, he does 450, I do 600. He's not happy with that trade at all. And I obviously have a lot more hit points as well to kind of compensate. So, yeah, this is a problem though. Like them pushing up to here. I'm not too sure if the Ho-Ri is going to... yeah, this is over. This game is unfortunately very, very over. One into you. Hello, M5Y. I mean, you actually take a lot of damage for that in return. Oh, hello. Yeah, we're dead. There's that. There is nothing else we can really do. Did we get one more in? Ah, we didn't get a shot in. Welcome to Mines, though. 3 to 15. So yeah, Mines in Tier 10. Who would have thought? Now, we're actually going to play one more game. And that is because, well, the games have been horrible. And that's not the fault of the Type 5. I think that if you're looking at this objectively speaking, none of these games have been good for whatever tank I actually go in. There is nothing I can do on that Mines game. Sure, we maybe could have got more damage if there was something that had higher DPM or something like that, but realistically, these games have just been impossible. Like the Pearl River game, we kind of lost it because we didn't fire gold. And then the last game, tier 10 mines, is just horrible for any tank. So we're going to play one more. And I hope that you're then realizing that this tank really isn't as bad as people are saying. Like, this tank can really do a lot of damage, even in its own tier, because you can just out-trade people. Unfortunately, I keep getting tier 8 games, which, honestly, I don't want. I'd be quite happy if they stopped giving tier 8 games, made it +1, -1, you know, something like that. But, yeah. What are you going to do? I can't change how the matchmaking works for me. So we are going to go over to this right-hand side. We are playing Assault, obviously. It actually feels really nice to play Assault after playing a E1 for so long. Actually having some different matchups and whatnot. Hello. Don't quite get the shot on you. Okay, that's fine. We can just ignore this. Hopefully he'll bounce. There we go. This is actually quite annoying, him being here. Actually, that's very annoying. You know what? We're going to maybe deal with this first then. Because we can't go and peek up this side. Not yet, anyway. Hello, artillery. That guy's very annoying being there. So let's just see if we can get some shots on this guy. Although, he's now double bushed, which is an issue. Alright, let's just keep going then, I guess. I don't know what is over here. The 452K can cause me issues. The VKP can't really do much. BZ58, that can cause me some issues as well. But this guy over here is the real problem. I can't even spot him as I'm crossing. Yeah. And a CS is there. Okay, this is really bad then. Ah, man. Man, we are so tall. We can see over everything nearly. That's actually insane. You hardly need to peek to actually go over a ridgeline. My team is losing again, though. I'm trying my best to give you like a game that I can actually show you, but it's very hard, man. It's very, very hard in the current state of World of Tanks. Every single game seems to be like a turbo win, turbo loss. You know, I mean, this game we're very, very lucky that there's no, like, 1 million tank destroyers on the enemy team, but it's still very annoying to try and play this. Another 3 seconds and we can put one more into this guy. And they pen both, though. This CS is still so annoying, sitting here. Man, I can't even pen this. Oh, what just a disaster of a game, man. Absolute just disaster of a game. Getting crossfired by everything, it's just not fun. Hello, VK. Okay, game. Yeah, sure. Okay, whatever. Whatever. Just don't give me damage, I guess. I don't deserve it, apparently. What do you want from me? I'm aiming correctly, I'm using the correct ammo, and I'm still bouncing. Thank you! Finally! My God! Right. Now the game is deciding that I'm allowed to play it. Very nice of it. We still need someone to actually go and deal with this CS though. Why is this guy just sitting here doing nothing? I don't understand. He's just allowed me to farm him for basically nothing in return. Alright, well, I really shouldn't have taken that shot, but... yeah, the 452K is an issue. I can't really do much about him. Maybe we try and go over this way. Hopefully he doesn't hit it as I'm running off. We really need shots on the CS though. Not really too sure what the E4 was expecting with that. Alright, where is the CS? The RU is in the middle. We're not going to get shots on the RU though. Right, the CS has run off. Okay, that's good. I mean, to get more damage, we probably need to try and see if we can shoot these as they're running away or something. There's the CS. Hello. There's also the 452K there as well. CS is still in the middle. There we go. Very nice. Apologies at the end there, I actually got a little bit distracted, so I wasn't fully with it, which is why you saw me not really aiming in at the CS as well. But yeah, at the end of that game, we get 4.8k and we get 800 assistance, so a very good game. We did lose because the time ran out. Whether or not we would have won remains to be seen. I don't think we probably would have, but I think the CS was playing very, very well, and he probably would have cleaned up the game. But at the end of it, yes, we lost 72k. Do I care about that? No, and that's not just because I'm on the press account, but because we've had a decent game out of it. But the Type 5, is it a bad vehicle? No. Is it a great vehicle? No. Is it just sitting in the middle where it's neither good or bad, but on a good matchup it's great, and in a bad matchup it's bad? Yes. This thing depends heavily on the map and the matchup that it comes across. The thing is, with World of Tanks currently, there are so many tank destroyers with high pen, high alpha, that this thing does struggle. And a lot of tanks struggle because of that as well. Not just the Type 5. But if you do play against other heavy tanks that have around about the same pen as you, probably a bit more, you know, even if it's 340 heat and they still go straight through you, you usually have the alpha to actually trade effectively with them, and you definitely have the hit points to do so as well. So honestly, for me, this tank does not need an armor buff. As much as people would love to say that it needs a buff, it probably does need a buff in the gun handling department, and maybe give it a little bit more pen, but it definitely doesn't need the armor to be buffed, because if you do that, this tank will be OP, and everybody will cry about it. In fact, this has already gone through being nerfed from having OP armor, because when this thing first got introduced into the game, it was very OP with its armor. Either way, leave your thoughts down below in the comments, either just saying that I'm bot because I played badly in some of the games, and you'll be correct as well. Thank you very much to my channel members for supporting me and this channel, and also picking the tanks that you get to see here, and getting 1 week early access to these videos as well. If you are interested in becoming a channel member, the link will be in the description or in the pinned comment. Thank you all very much for watching, and let me know about the UI size. Good, bad, hate it, love it? Let me know. See you all in the next one.